Hi there. I've been, the model's coming along nicely. All three of us are working on different workflow and work set. I finished the fireplace. You want to show that they're on the fireplace now. I got the fireplace, which is actually two fireplaces and a big water feature, and the water flows down through here into the pool in the bottom. I've got my fireplace insert in, which is actually a regulation fireplace insert we buy. That's the CAD for it, so it's accurate. I have an AV box for my TV. Everybody likes to have a TV in their living room. If I get around to it, I will put some doors on this so we only see it when we want to. Put a little bit of art up here from a recent trip down to Buena Vista. That's the Whitewater Park there. And then I moved on to cabinets, bathroom cabinets. This is the cabinet that I drew for the master bathroom here, and it's a double 8-foot vanity. And one of the things we like are for these long vanities is to put these little appliance garages in here so that they can put their toothbrush and all that kind of stuff in there. And I haven't added the sinks yet. We'll have some type of hard surface, either granite or quartz or soapstone, for this top here. So I have that cabinet done and ready to be imported into the main model that Lars is working up. And then this is a laundry room we have downstairs. I did that cabinet really quickly, and I have the countertop there in place. Those are all on layers. If you look at how we work, you can see everything is organized on layers. This cabinet is in the layer cabinets main, and the counter there should be actually counters main. And we label everything. In fact, when we go through there, we generally will actually label the dimensions so that it assists us in ordering the product. And this would be an 8-foot by 24-inch cabinet countertop. And then once we get the material selected, we'll add that too. And then all of these as components can be printed out, and we can basically use this our component list from the SketchUp reporting as a way to order and track inventory and all of that kind of stuff. Those are the BIM, the building information modeling aspects of SketchUp that we really use a lot. And everything in here is going to be labeled, every sink, every fixture, and then we will print a report, usually by layer, because the way we organize is plumbing fixtures would be on one layer, and electrical fixtures would be on another layer. And so we'll print out a report by layer, and that gives us our inventory list for purchasing. So anyway, I'm over here. We've got 5 bedrooms in this house. I think 6 baths, something like that. 5 bedrooms, 6 baths. Actually, 5 bedrooms, 4 full baths, and 2 powder rooms. So so we're going to be doing a bunch of cabinets for the next hour or so. And once again, I'm applying the same texture to those. If you look here, I'm applying the texture that I'm applying is a straight vertical grain Douglas fir. This could be anything. We would show this to the client, and if they wanted something else, we would go with a different texture. But it's a pretty good looking texture. You can see the grains right there, and it's very important that our textures reflect the actual material that we would be using. Otherwise, how does the client know what they're going to get in the end? That's all I have for now. Do you have any questions, Erin?
I do have a question. You talked about countertop selection and soapstone, and that's something that we've used in a few houses, but I think it's also one of the most misunderstood materials, because even when I went to go pick out a countertop and mentioned soapstone, the woman at the stone store said, "Oh, you don't want to use that. It's so porous." So can you just talk about why soapstone is a great selection?
Well, soapstone is the countertop surface they use in most, or they used to use in most in most school laboratories in the chemistry lab. And that is because it's got some unique properties. It will stain, but you can sand the stains out. It's soft enough. It also, I guess, is resistant, bacterially resistant, whatever that property is. It's got a lot of natural features in it that kill germs, and it, you know, you can argue against it, but it's been used for literally thousands of years. And like I say, if it's a choice for schools and laboratories, it's probably not a bad source for the kitchen. It is softer, but that gives us some softer edges, and I like its moldability and its malleability, and it's just a really, I think, a pretty eco-friendly work surface, because once again, I believe in materials that are going to last a long time. They're not going to go out of style. 3 or 4 years from now, you're not going to be dumping them in a dumpster, and because they go out of style, soapstone never goes out of style. And it's available in a lot of different colors, from greens with white veins and greens with darker green veins and silvery grains, to blacks and there's even some white soapstone out there. So it's a great product. You can either oil it and make it sort of dark and shiny, or not oil it. There's a lot of different protectors you can put on them now, but we use soapstone a lot. It seems to be in vogue right now, and the flavor of the year. Who knows what we'll be using next year.
And you did mention trends and, you know, things being in vogue, and I know that that's something, you know, Trilogy, we don't really follow along with trends. And can you talk about how we really design for the client versus what might be hot right now?
Yeah, I think every client is different, and usually, you know, we have some clients that want the latest and the so-called greatest, but the problem with that is that you know, you're never gonna, if you're trying to follow this year's trend, then this year's trend lasts a year, and so next year you're gonna be scratching your head going, well, I no longer have something I like because it's no longer in style, and I don't think that's the best way to go. So we've always, our houses tend to have a certain timeless quality to them. I know a house I did 20 years ago, and walk in that house. You know, there are a few things that may be seen a little dated, but for the most part, it's very, very solid. And we've even gotten better than that over the years. The houses we built 15 years ago, they're still classic. So, you know, it's kind of like that whole Ralph Lauren thing. You go with something that's classic, that never goes out of style, and then your house never goes out of style. And if you're not remodeling every 5 years, that's a good sustainable practice as a consumer, not to be replacing things just because the color is not in vogue that year. But that's our philosophy on it. Choose things that aren't going to go out of style, and you know, and enjoy them for a lot longer.
Nick Sonder just said timeless is key to being classic.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're going to design, you want, you know, the irony is, the house that we are trying to potentially replace here got caught up in an 80s trend, and now rather than going in and refreshing it, we're stuck. And it's so backward and so literally unconscious when it comes to that lot, that we're having to replace it. So hopefully this house, I was thinking the other day, this house, if we design it right, it's going to be here for 200 years, and people are going to be, I know that seems like a long time, but we're really building good solid houses these days, super solid houses these days. And but yeah, we want to build something that should have been here and is meant to be here and will be here for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to head over to Leo. Hey, Joe. Joe's had a lot of cameos.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So what are you up to, Leo?
Right now I'm doing a little trim repair. I'm not really sure what happened. I'll be done in 1 second. So basically we've got all the trim in, all the doors, minus the entry. Just started putting in some floor textures. About to start working in on the tile in the bathrooms. I'm holding off on that just for right now as far as floor goes. But yeah, you can see we got some hardwood in. We're going with a dark reclaimed oak, about 7 to 8 inch board width on average. I've got carpeted rec room up here. Got the concrete in the garage. Here's the garage doors.
Nice.
And we're thinking about using some of this kind of cherry stained wood on the exterior. Here's some ebony slate with a Versailles pattern that's going to be in the entrance. Got the downstairs bathrooms carpeted, or bedrooms, excuse me.
I was going to have to stop you there. Carpeted bathroom.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see how everything looks once we bring in the fireplace. It's looking awesome. You guys just saw that. See you in an hour.
Cool. So how are you feeling about timeline and where everyone is at?
Yeah, we're just over a quarter of the way through, and I think we're making solid progress. I was being optimistic about it, and Michael reminded me, don't count your chickens, so I'm not going to do that.
Cool. Sounds great. Thanks,
All right.
Leo. This
Yep.
is hour 8 wrapping up. We will see you guys at the top of next hour.